What is going on, everybody? My name is General Mittens, and this video is going to be a little bit different. If you don't like talk about YouTube politic-like stuff, then you should probably click away, because this isn't going to interest you in the slightest. This video is about the new YouTube changes, which, if you are slightly interested in YouTube as a company and what's happening, what kind of changes they're pulling, you'll probably have heard of this about a day or two ago. Now, if you haven't, these YouTube changes are, they sound, from first glance, they sound like one of those changes where, you know, YouTube's changing it, people get pissed off for a month and then leave it, but it's really a lot more than that, and it goes really deep, and it really, like, this harms YouTube more than the last change, which was that Google Plus shit that they tried to stealth in there, which failed spectacularly, might I add, which I'm quite proud about. Hopefully they're still not trying to pull that. Anyway, basically, if you haven't heard what this is, basically YouTube are changing their monetization policies. What they are doing is they're going to MCNs, which are people like Machinima, Yeousch, Polaris, Curse, those kind of people where they partner you and they give you copyright protection so you can like upload video games and earn money off of it, but they take a cut of your revenue and they pay off the developers for quote-unquote damages in you uploading your video and getting money off of their gameplay. So what's happening is they're going to the MCNs and they're going, right, you need to categorize your partners into either managed status or affiliated status. Now, managed is, that's where you basically just don't see any change. Everything's the same for you, you're fine, you're good as gold, and everything's good. Affiliated is what pretty much every partner is getting at the moment. Apart from a few really popular ones. Affiliated status is where you have to abide by the new YouTube monetization rules. So that means they have manual monetization now, which sounds really good because you have people looking over it and the computer that, you know, you can't blame the computer system buggering up. It's people looking over it, but that takes time, and it takes a very long time. It could take anywhere between 2 hours or 48 hours, but I suspect it could go on for a few weeks if you are very unlucky. Now, there's also news of MCNs removing game licenses, so I'm not sure what MCNs are actually doing that, but that means that MCNs such as, let's say Machinima, for example, are, you know, God forbid they remove their bloody game license because they're an MCN revolving around video games. But just say they remove their video game license, that means all their partners have no copyright protection against uploading video game footage. So they get screwed over. And I've heard a few MCNs are doing this, I'm not sure which ones, as I've said before. So basically, the way I'm going to set this video out is I'm going to be talking about the big YouTubers first, the medium-sized YouTubers, so, you know, 50,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, that kind of thing, and the small YouTubers. And I'll also be talking about how it affects YouTube and my channel as well, so that's kind of my opinion section. So anyway, let's get started. Big YouTubers. PewDiePie, he has 17 million subscribers. He is obviously going to be managed. I mean, there's no question about it. Well, actually there is. Some of the MCNs are being quite retarded, and I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up putting PewDiePie as affiliated. So PewDiePie is managed. He gets 2 million video views a day, and he uploads about 1 to 2 videos a day, so that's heap. If his MCN decided to put him as affiliated, they would have gone bankrupt. They would have been screwed over so bad. He earns them a shit ton of money, and it would be one of the stupidest moves for a company to do to get rid of that. Now, the three main YouTubers I'm going to be talking about is Nerd3, The Masked Gamer, and DanDoesGamesAndStuff, which are the big, medium-sized, and small-sized YouTube channels, respectively. Nerd3, I believe he is managed, I believe he is safe, but if you look on his Twitter feed, which I have linked down below, all of the websites and all that I'm looking at, I've linked down below in the description box. He is very worried about these smaller channels. There's actually a huge conversation between Nerd3, DanDoesGamesAndStuff, and The Masked Gamer, which is why I'm talking about them. But they're very worried about what's happening. If you followed Nerd3 on Twitter for a while, you would have seen that he's getting quite pissed off at YouTube. In one of his videos, he said that he's basically making plans for when YouTube goes down, not if YouTube goes down. He is dead set sure YouTube is going to burn, and that sucks. When a big YouTuber like that sort of knows that something's happening and is like worried that YouTube is going to go down, when he's, you know, this is his job, by the way. He's earning, like, he's making a living off of his videos. But it's just really sad seeing this happen when a huge YouTuber is just like, this is the end. So he's very worried about the other channels, the smaller channels. He's actually said that he's working out a way to try and help smaller channels, which is very, very generous of him. So Nerd³ is safe, he's all good, but he is worried about the smaller YouTube channels. Now, a similar sized YouTube channel to Nerd³ is Angry Joe. He is partnered with Polaris. Nerd³ is with Machinima. But Angry Joe he's got 1,157,000 odd subscribers. And he does a lot of gaming related videos, and he does reviews, which are a mix of him talking behind in front of a green screen, as well as gameplay footage. He also does a bunch of rant videos, which shows off all the glitches and all that. And you can tell that he is just one of the most dedicated, and he just loves what he does, and he's doing it because he wants to entertain and he wants to inform. He doesn't, the views aren't his main priority. His main priority is to entertain people and to inform them, and that is just beautiful seeing that. He's one of the most dedicated YouTubers I've seen in regards to gaming. He is so into it. He loves it. He loves what he does. And he has been put on affiliated status. I believe that is his job as well, and he's on affiliated, which that's stupid. I'll get onto what actually happens to affiliated YouTubers in a little bit after I've gone over all of the what's happening and all that. So Angry Joe is getting royally screwed over, and that really sucks, especially seeing the size of him, and he's been put on affiliated like he doesn't matter. That is very scary, especially for us small YouTubers. Now, a medium-sized YouTube channel, I've only got one here, is The Masked Gamer. He has about 50,000 subscribers, and he has been put on affiliated status by Polaris. So he still has, I believe he still has copyright protection, so he can still upload videos, but they're going to be delayed. So he is affected. Now, a small-time YouTuber is not just myself. I'm incredibly small, 5 subscribers, like 400 video views. But a small YouTube channel is DanDoesGamesAndStuff. He's about 5 months old, but he's got 200 subscribers, and that is, like, for 5 months, I believe it's 5 months anyway, that is huge. I was on YouTube for like 6 years on my other channel, and I had 130 subscribers by the time I decided to create a new one, so that's 200 subscribers in 5 months for me is huge. But he, after you've heard what's happened, he's with the RPM network. You kind of, like, even if he was with another network that's sort of splitting the two, because RPM are just going, nope, everyone's affiliated, fuck you all. Even if he was with, like, Machinima or something, you could kind of tell they're not going to give him a chance, just because he has 200 subscribers. It really sucks that YouTube, and not just YouTube, the MCNs are basing this whole thing, what looks to be, off subscribers. He's very, his channel's very young. He hasn't had the time to flourish and, show the world what he does and all that. He's still growing. He's still developing his channel and his skills and everything. And he's just been shot down. He's had his work just blown out of the water. He still goes to school, so I don't believe he uses this as a job. But he just gets royally screwed over because he's, a fairly new channel. And he's got no copyright protection as well, so he can't upload game videos and get them monetized. Which is exactly what he does. That's the only thing he does, is upload game videos. He uploads a few vlogs here and there, but they're always related to video games. And it just sucks. Because he based his channel off of doing video games and chatting and doing funny shit. And he's getting, destroyed by these MCNs, or, his MCN, because he's small and because he's new. It's really, really weird. He's really pissed off. I mean, he's granted, his MCN are just putting everyone on affiliated, like I said before, but still, he's just getting royally screwed over. He wants out as well. He's like, nah, I'm getting out as soon as possible, and he's thinking of going independent. So he's not, I don't believe he's leaving, but he is going independent. Now, I am very small. I can be considered a small YouTuber, but I'm not going to talk about myself because I don't actually monetize my videos. I'm not a partner. I'm not anything. I'm just sort of there. I'm looking to, if I gain enough subscribers, if I get enough video views, or I get a, you know, a cult following, I'll look at, you know, I was going to look at getting a partnership, but at the moment I'm not earning any money off, but I'm kind of safe for now. So how it affects YouTube, this is the big part, this is probably going to be half the video. So basically, affiliated status YouTubers are having to, like I said, having to abide by the new rules. So they don't get instant monetization, so they have to wait a bit. The problem with that is that a lot of, say Nerd³ got affiliated status, he has a bunch of series. He has his main one is like Nerd³ Plays, which is like a first impression kind of video. It's like Total Biscuits WTF. He's also got a series called 3 Free Games Friday, where he plays 3 free games and he uploads it on Friday, Saturday for us Australians and New Zealanders. But anyway, so 3 Free Games Friday, that's always up on a Friday. That's not up on Thursday, it's not up on Saturday, it's up on Friday. The problem with this is that if he was affiliated, he'd have to wait to put that up, so he'd have to upload it early, which is what a lot of the MCNs are doing. They're sending out emails to people. I read this off of Dan's, from DanDoesGamesAndStuff, his Twitter. They're emailing people saying, yeah, this is what's happening, yeah, it's pretty shit, but here's how you can combat it. And they're saying their strategy is upload the video a few days early to give YouTube time to look over it. There is a heap of problems with that. I'm only going to go over a few. The main one is that just like instant reaction videos, so like news reports, all that. People like Review Tech USA, if he was going to continue doing video game footage over his news reports, he wouldn't, you know, his video would be up 3 days after the news story was out. Luckily, you know, Review Tech USA is swapping over his format. He's actually doing webcam videos now instead of putting video game footage over, which I'm personally fine with, because I don't actually watch his videos, I listen to them, because I don't care about the gameplay. I like seeing what he's playing, but that's about it. But he's swapping over just to get his videos out in time. But for those of us, and for those of, you know, the big YouTubers that are getting screwed over, they do a lot of news reports over game footage. You know, because people like to watch video game footage. It's just, you know, it's exciting. So people like that are either going to have to change their format, like Review Tech USA is doing, or they're going to have to upload the video a few days early, which is impossible for news reports because, you know, how can he do that? The other problem with that strategy is that it says upload the video a few days early. How many days is a few days? So let's just say, again, for, you know, the purpose of this sort of science experiment, yeah, science bitch, Nerd³ is affiliated. Imagine if he uploads his 3 Free Games Friday thing on a Wednesday, and it gets uploaded on a Thursday because it went through really fast for some reason. The next week, he decides to upload it on the Wednesday again, and this time it doesn't get uploaded till Tuesday, because, I don't know, he used a different video game that might have been copyrighted or something, and they had to go through it for 4 days looking at all the paperwork and all that. That is ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense. Now, Nerd³ is changing up his channel to combat this. He's removing a few series. I believe he is removing 3 Free Games Friday, and he's just putting up 3 free games or something. I don't know. Mainly because I believe he won't be able to do that, and it will take a while. I'm not sure why. I'm pretty sure it's up there somewhere why he's changing all of his schedules around and all that. But also because the MCNs are removing video game licenses, Let's Plays, walkthroughs, that kind of thing, they're all dead. Even video game reviews, they're all dead. So that means the gaming community, which is arguably the largest part of YouTube, is getting screwed over royally because YouTube doesn't want to pay all this money to get, you know, to not get sued for using copyrighted material. Now, this may work in the, you know, in the short term because they're not having to pay as much people. They're just earning all of their cash. They're nomming it all up from people like PewDiePie and Jenna Marbles and all that, who have got a ridiculous amount of subscribers. But in the long run, once all these big YouTubers like PewDiePie and all that, if for some reason, say PewDiePie dies or Jenna Marbles goes, yeah, I'm retiring, see you guys later, what happens then? All of the small-time YouTubers who could have been huge, you know, the next PewDiePie, have just been destroyed because they didn't have enough subscribers at the time. That is the death of YouTube. That is, YouTube is dead. Alright, because they will be trying to eat all of their money off vlogging and all that, and it's harder to get a huge amount of subscribers off vlogging, because, you know, to some people it's not that exciting. A lot of people just want to watch you destroy people in video games. And it's really annoying because all these small-time YouTubers, like I said, that could have been huge, or could have been, you know, somewhat big, like, you know, Nerd³ size, all the way down to sort of a mass gamer size, that are earning a decent amount of money off of it, they've been destroyed. Because the MCNs are like, nah, you're not good enough yet. You're irrelevant. Goodbye. Ugh. It really annoys me, especially me. I started this channel about 2 months, 3 months ago, I'm not sure, probably 2 months, but I've been really excited to get this channel started. I've been thinking about it for a while on my old channel, and I finally got it started, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to stick to a schedule, because I've never done that before, because I was a terrible YouTuber before. I'd uploaded random videos at random times, and I was sticking to a schedule, and I was so happy with the way things were going. I was like, yep, this could be, you know, because this is a hobby for me. This is a huge hobby. I'm really passionate about doing it, and I was fully into it, and I was like, yeah, this could be awesome. And now this ruins my chances of, you know, actually getting my name known a lot more. I'll have to manually just grind my way through the massive pile of gaming channels without, you know, being able to promote my videos or anything. I also won't be able to earn money off this, which is okay, I guess, for me, because I don't see this as a job. I see this as a hobby. I'm looking at getting a job elsewhere. I don't like putting my hands in views, because if I start uploading shit content, you know, people are going to stop watching. Or if I start uploading, or if I like just stop uploading, I'm going to lose subscribers, and I'm going to lose money, and it's very, very risky. Which brings me on to my next point. People who use this as a job, Nerd³, PewDiePie, well, PewDiePie's not really a good example because he's not getting screwed over, Angry Joe, you know, all these people, especially Angry Joe, he uses this as a job. He loves what he does. At least he's got his website, thank God. At least it's a backup. Same with Nerd³, he's working on his website. But people who don't have a website, people who are using this as a job, they're not really that famous, but they're still, you know, earning some decent money off of it. They're put on affiliated status, so they're going to take a major hit in their payroll, because they're going to have to wait a bit. And it's going to be very inconsistent. It's going to be, you know, more inconsistent than it already is. And it's going to be terrible. They're going to end up either finding a job elsewhere and not uploading as much content, or they're just going to leave YouTube altogether and go, yeah, fuck you, I'm done. I'm actually pretty sure a lot of people are going to start leaving YouTube if this change does take effect, which it probably will. Another thing I will like to point out is embargoes. Now, embargoes are basically like someone goes to a press release event, so they see some new DLC or they see a new game and they play it and they recorded it, but they're not allowed to upload it before a certain date. So a lot of people like Jack Frags, Frankie on PC, they do this with Battlefield. They go and play the DLC and they have an embargo, so they can't upload it before, say, 2nd of September. And on that day, everyone who went to that event, they upload all their content. They just smash the sub boxes with everything, because they're like literally the first people to upload footage, other than, like, you know, the official channels and all that. Now, with this embargo thing and having to upload early, if you try and upload early so it gets released on the moment the embargo is lifted, YouTube is going to be like, no, there's an embargo on that, you can't upload that, and they're going to deny it. So you're going to have to upload the minute the embargo lifts, and then you're going to have to wait a bit, you know, because the monkey's going over all the, you know, paperwork and all that, and they're checking if it's okay, and that could take weeks. Sometimes, you know, if an embargo lifted for a really highly anticipated game, like, I don't know, GTA 6, and it was open world across an entire country, say, or something like that, and everyone was excited for it, and you had the very first gameplay footage, and you wanted to upload it, and you had it with someone else who's like, I don't know, another big time YouTuber, and you went to upload it, you could wait a week or two while he gets it up in the first 3 hours. It's very inconsistent, and it sounds alright from the first look, going, oh yeah, manual looking over videos, that sounds like, you know, it's going to be more reliable. It's not, because it could take ages. You just don't know. There could be like a 3-second clip in there that just changes it, changes the whole perspective of your video from the other bloke's video, which means your video takes another 2 weeks to have a look at monetization. And this doesn't, like, your video doesn't go up until it's been approved for independent monetization, your video can go up and it's just pending for monetization review. So it's still up there, it's still gaining views, you're just not making any money off of it. But with this new system, you upload it and it's just unlisted. It's not up there. You have to wait until they're finished looking over all their paperwork for it to actually be released to the public and your subscribers. Now, how will this affect me as a incredibly small YouTube channel with 5 subscribers? And also, how will this affect viewers? Now, for me, my content won't change at all. I'll still be uploading my Let's Plays, my playthroughs, blah, 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 because I'm not earning any money off of this. This is free. YouTube aren't going to give a shit if I'm uploading footage. So, I'm completely good. My channel is not going to get affected in any way yet. It may get affected in the future if this thing stays. My channel might also be affected if this thing stays and people start leaving YouTube. The only thing that will really affect the amount of content I put out is school. And so, I'm not really going to get screwed over by this because I'm not a partner. I'm not with an MCN or anything, so I'm good. But as a viewer, I'm a long-time viewer of YouTube. I've used YouTube since like 2007. I've been on YouTube for ages. I've sunk at least a year of my life into this. And it's really sad seeing this site that I loved go down the drain because Google want more money, or they want their short-term fix of money. You see this happening with not just YouTube, but also game developers as well. They want to release their game as early as possible, at the right times. They don't care if it's finished or not. They don't give a fuck. They just want their short-term fix of cash. And it's pathetic. I'm a 16-year-old, nearly 17-year-old Australian kid, right? I'm an Australian teenager, and if I can see that this idea is retarded and it's going to hurt your site in the long run, and even with video game development and all that, if I can see that releasing a game early, yes, it may give you your short-term fix of cash and you might get a massive load of sales, but people are going to die off and they're not going to buy the next series of games. They're just going to quit. So you're going to get your short-term fix, but in the long run, you've hurt yourself badly because people are going to quit. They're just going to be like, no, I don't want the next Battlefield because it's going to be Battlefield 3.7. It's going to be even worse of an upgrade than Battlefield 4 was or something. And it's just really, really sad. I love YouTube. I love it because, quite frankly, when you think of watching videos on the internet, you think of YouTube. That is the site you think of. There is other sites that have video uploading, like Dailymotion and maybe Vimeo, and that's basically all anyone's heard of. And they don't offer the same things that YouTube does, or YouTube did. But it's really sad. People are actually trying to create basically a different website for all of us gamers. There is a whole Reddit thread on making a new website and how they're going to sort it out, and it's good in one way because it's a huge community coming together to try and make the perfect video uploading website, and it's beautiful seeing all these people working together. But it's sad because that means YouTube is going to lose a shit ton of viewers. Now, the general public aren't going to know anything about this. They're not going to care. They're not going to, they don't really know. The only thing they'll notice is people stop uploading videos, or they start going down, or their schedule gets screwed over and they're going to be like, oh, that's weird. Okay, they're not going to care. Like around 80% of YouTubers, they're just going to continue watching videos. They don't care, because they don't make videos. They don't, their favorite YouTuber is going to go away. They're going to go, oh, that sucks, and they're probably going to come and visit your website, but they're going to continue on YouTube anyway. It's the gaming community, the ones that watch the videos, and because a lot of the gaming community stays up to date with what's happening because they care about, video games not being allowed on YouTube, that kind of thing. And the content creators are going to start leaving. And this sucks because I've seen all these huge YouTubers that I look up to. So Nerd³, MaskGamer, DanDoesGamesAndStuff, even him. I look up to him because he's grown so fast. All of their channels will be linked in the description below. I suggest you go and subscribe to them because they are awesome people. But I look up to them and I aspire to be like them and upload videos that entertain and that are funny. I watched one video of MaskGamer. Well, actually, I watched two. I watched one about his this situation. He made a video about this. And I watched one of his own plays videos, which was about snow, I think. It was like a skiing simulator thing. And I laughed my ass off and I loved it. And I subscribed solely because of that video. And I aspired to be like them. And it sucks seeing that this is happening, and they're like, this, you know, this could be the end of YouTube. And this is a site that I've spent so much, you know, so much of my time on, and I've spent so much work on, and it's just going down the drain because of some greedy CEOs at the, you know, some greedy 2 stars at the top going, yeah, we want our money, we, you know, they don't know shit about what's happening, and they're just like, oh, does that mean we get more money? Yeah, alright, let's do it. I can't get over the fact that I can see it and they can't. They are like, I don't know what, they're probably 40, 50 years old or something, and they're at the top. They've had so much business experience. They have like all these bloody certificates and medals and trophies and all that. And me, a 16-year-old kid who does alright at school, you know, I like gaming, I like putting up videos on YouTube, and I can see it. I can see the shit unraveling, and they can't. It's really, really disappointing, and it really, really just, I don't know how to explain it. I can't find my words at the moment. This video is a bit late, but it's just sad. It's really, it's like watching someone walk into a wall, hit the wall, take a few steps back, shake their head, and walk straight into the wall again. It's terrible. You know, we've tried to voice our opinion with this Google Plus thing, and that kind of worked. The top, you know, the comments are still kind of fucked up. The like bar is still blue. I don't know why. There's still plus whatever their name is, which is a, you know, it's easier than trying to find out how to tag people in the last comment system, but it's still a lot like Google Plus. But I think that if this thing was going to change, it would come into effect. It would take a few months, and then Google would be like, maybe that was a terrible idea. And it's sad that it has to come to that. It's sad that it has to come to the point where people start leaving and YouTube starts taking damages. It's the same thing with EA. Everyone was like, you gotta stop putting out broken games, man. You gotta start, you know, fixing it. And they didn't give a shit until they took a 6.5% dive in their stocks, and Battlefield started like losing players, that they went, oh yeah, maybe we should fix the fucking thing. You know, it's happening everywhere. This isn't just YouTube. This is like gaming in general. Gaming is becoming a shitstorm, and that's like gaming everywhere. That's not just playing games, that's making games, making videos of games, everything. It's becoming a shitstorm. Video game journalists are, you know, a lot of them are pretty bad. It's very, very sad, because this is a hobby for a lot of people. Like, this is a huge amount of people, and this is getting destroyed. So that's the end of the video. That's the end of my little rant, my little information session. I don't know how long this video has gone on for, but I'd just like to thank Nerd³, Mask Gamer, and DanDoesGamesAndStuff for helping me make this video. They didn't actually, like, you know, give me ideas or anything. I just read through their Twitter feed, I read what they did, I watched their videos on this subject, and it helped me make this video, it helped me voice my opinion, and actually, you know, form my opinion. So I'd just like to thank them. I've linked them down below. I'd like you to subscribe to them, because they are awesome people. As I've said before, they make some funny as shit videos, so go and see them, because they are pretty sweet, and, you know, you might not see them again. This is your own... I'm making it sound very dramatic, but, you know, yeah, check them out while you still have the chance, because you never know when YouTube's going to go down the drain. So thank you very much for watching and listening. Once again, I'd just like to thank those 3 YouTubers. I think they're brilliant. Anyway, enough kissing their ass. Jesus Christ. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. My name is General Mittens, and I'll see you in the next video.